Solomon Islands has been increasing its loan commitments in recent years and is projected to borrow even more. Andrea Mahanua reports.
Solomon Islands has taken on more loan commitments in recent years and is projected to further increase its borrowing in the coming years. Co-author of the Lowy Institute Pacific Aid Map 2025, Riley Duke, told local media following the Aid Map report launch recently. He said that given the projected rise in loan financing, the government needs to exercise caution regarding the type of loans it chooses to take on.
Solomon's is actually quite unique in the Pacific in that while a lot of countries saw a huge uplift in support through the pandemic, because of very strict border closures and the nature of who the key development partners are, it meant that the Solomons saw actually a fall in support in 2020, and it's rebounded since then, but it's been very flat. But the new thing for the Solomons is that it's taking on a lot more loans. And so on the horizon, the Solomons is going to see a lot more money coming in the form of loans. And that's both from multilateral partners, but then also for China. So Australia is the biggest development partner in the Solomons. It provides about 110 million US in 2023. The next largest was China, but a third of what China does is in the form of loans. And so that's sort of the news story, is that debt problems are, debt is not an issue yet in the Solomons. But as more loans come in, the government's going to have to be a lot more cautious about what kind of projects it takes debt on for.
Meanwhile, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of National Planning and Aid Coordination, Brian Lenga, said Solomon Islands still has space for additional borrowing, particularly for high-impact national development projects. He noted that the country has not yet reached its loan ceiling. He said the government prioritizes projects that will generate strong economic returns, ensuring that any borrowing made will contribute positively to the nation's long-term development.
What happened is that you may get a certain percentage GDP believe where you should loan customer. So I think believe him 35%. So right now you may still not hitting that level, which means that you may still get a borrowing space for taking concessional financing, especially for the high-impact projects, or projects that by me giving the greatest return low people and economy, believe me. I think this time what Ministry of Law mifala review na Solomon Islands National Infrastructure Initiative pipeline projects, Hemi a pipeline of every big project where you may like the country, and once cabinet them approve them, then by me look out them now funding for financing. So. The important thing now is to make sure that our projects by contribute now for growing economy, believe me, so that you invest, then time you grow economy, then economy have paying back now the loan, believe me, so now aim government him try for doing this time.
SIBC TV understands Solomon Islands still remains one of the aid-reliant countries in the world. Andrea Mahanua for SIBC TV.